Have a go at this. See what else we can find out here. Little mud crab claw right here. Open part.
准备好了吗？现在我们将带你去澳大利亚红树林，体验一种独特的猎捕和烹饪方式，千万别错过这场刺激的冒险。澳洲红树林是一道亮丽的风景，蕴藏着丰富的海洋生物，同时也是海洋的守护者。穿梭其中，你将感受到地球生命的脉动。
Up in here, you can get all sorts of creatures. I've even seen quite big sharks, big turtles, dugongs. Everything cruises up into the shallows, looking for food.
我们的目标是黄鲷鱼，它是备受世界人民喜爱的鱼类之一。在澳大利亚，土著人数千年来一直在追捕它，现在的澳洲人也对它着迷不已。但你要小心它不起眼的尾巴，它的力量会让你终身难忘。
Let's have a look, eh? Have a go at this. I've already collected myself a generous pile of oysters on this rotten branch that I just knocked off right here. This will be beautiful, either in the coals of the fire, or I could even just eat it raw. I'll leave that right there. We'll grab that on the way back, eh? We've got ourselves a bit of a medium tide this morning, but that should bring in a fair few stingrays and fish and maybe even some mud crabs, things like that. Believe it or not, these stingrays have been around for longer than the dinosaurs. And although they carry a very dangerous barb on their tail, only 5 deaths have been reported in Australia since 1945, including the legend Steve Irwin. So as long as you watch your step, you should be right. I've just popped out to this beautiful open part of the mangroves here, full of nice white sand. Now all these holes indicate to me that this is a pretty good spot for stingrays.
Oh, got him.
Got him. I just got to be real careful how I approach this. The barb could easily get me at the end of the spear here.
Oh, it's got. Got him again.
I actually got him again over here and he's pulled my spear out again. It's a little sand crab.
Oh.
I think we're going hungry.
Oh.
Well, that sucks. That was potentially our last shot. We got a stingray, guys. What I do next is crucial though. I've got the stingray on the spear, but I've got my toe on the oysters. So what I got to do now is a traditional method that the indigenous people actually use to get the barb out, so you can dispatch the stingray humanely without getting done. So we're going to do that now. And that right there is the deadly barb of a stingray. Right, and that's a turtle. Oh no. You right, buddy? You don't look too well. He feels pretty soft. As you can see, he's just sitting down here. Completely just docile, not really looking in a good way. No boats have hit his shell or anything, so I reckon this poor bloke might have a stomach full of plastic or something like that. But it just goes to show, always something going on with these poor turtles, man. Right, buddy. I'll whack them in the shade, and I might see if I can get some reception and call a ranger down here. They should be able to access the beach. They might be able to pick him up and do something with him, but there's not really much I can do. But he's alive. He's just not in a good way. Oh, sorry, buddy. This is getting ridiculous.
To report cassowary sightings or incidents,
Dude, what?
including sick or injured cassowaries.
No, cassowaries, turtle. This is marine.
Including koalas, press 3.
Koalas, we're getting closer.
To report a marine animal stranding, including whales, dolphins, seals, or marine turtles, press 4.
4. No signs of a tag.
I'll escalate that report to you now.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Cheers, mate.
Wait. Alright, local authorities are called. You just gotta hold in there, buddy. Help's coming. You just rest, alright? So many turtles I come across out here. Fishing line wrapped around them, upside down on the beach. Like a whole heap of gnarly stuff. This is the 4th turtle I've found now in the last couple of years. And I film all the adventures I do, so that's why I've captured it all on camera. But yeah, this guy's looking more crook than the others, so hopefully he pulls through. I don't know if that's going to be annoying him or not, but just try to keep the sun off him and wait till the rangers cruise past, and hopefully they'll know what to do. And we can get you back out in the water, hey buddy.
Dude, all good.
Good luck, buddy. Cheers, man.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
So here it is, the barb of the stingray. It's a pretty big one, and this barb has backwards facing barbs all the way down it. So when that goes into your foot or your hand, trying to pull it back out just causes so much more damage as it rips through the skin. And on top of that, it's got a poison which has an incredible sting. So you really don't want to catch yourself standing on a stingray or getting smacked up by one of these. The indigenous Australians would put these on spears, and you can even use it to cut up the belly, which we're going to do right now. But just because this probably has poison on it, I'll use my knife here. And what I'm going to do is extract the liver out of the stingray, throw the other guts out, and then it'll be ready to go on the coals. And that right there is the liver of the stingray, a prized possession and a delicacy in many parts of the world. Quite overlooked in Australia. We don't really eat stingrays, but the indigenous Australians have been eating these guys for thousands of years. But there's a poisonous part up in here that we need to extract first. I hope I've removed that correctly, and we're just left with that. Righto, that sun's setting now. Coals are looking good. For entree, I'm gonna throw our oyster stack on the fire here and see how it goes. Look at the size of that one. Campfire cooked oysters are one of my new favorite things to eat in the world. Righto, stingray in the coals. There's nothing else to do. We just flip that. When it's cooked on one side, flip it again, and then I'll show you guys the special. Cool thing about the stingray is you don't need tongs. You can just flip it with the tail. I'm gonna chuck him in there a little bit more, a bit hotter. Smells good. Righto, so what we got to do now is scrape the meat off the stingray and put it in this bowl here. Now stingray has cartilage between its flaps, so we're gonna have to flip this and do it on the other side too. As much as I can, make sure this big fella doesn't go to any waste. Look at that. I've just washed my hands, and here's where it gets interesting, guys. We got a bowl full of stingray meat. I'm gonna grab this piece of raw liver. I'm gonna squeeze it up in my hand here. And then I'm gonna squish it into the meat. I'm getting a really smoky flavor at the moment, but it's probably just those delicious oysters burning off behind me. But what it starts to look like is just a big ball of stingray meat. So here we go. I'm gonna give it a try. Raw liver, stingray meat. That tastes exactly like crayfish. That's incredible. Yeah, crayfish. Yum. That is good.